Oh man, this gets me all sorts of excited. Joe Douglas continues to have a great offseason for the New York Jets. This time on the defensive side of the ball, the New York Jets bring in two starters in DJ Reed and Jordan Whitehead. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, I go live every Monday at 8 o'clock for my live call-in show, and then Tuesday we come back with our Talkin' Jets panel, myself, O'Leary, and Greenbean from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So make sure you ask us all your Jet-related questions. But let's jump into our topics of the day, and the Joe Douglas and the New York Jets signed two starting players on the defensive side of the ball after spending a lot of the time on the offensive side of the ball yesterday. I really like the two players they brought in. I had to do a little bit of research on both. I can't say that I knew them completely off the top of my head, but I like this nonetheless. We are making very smart signings, and I give Joe Douglas a huge pat on the back for this. DJ Reed, the cornerback from Seattle, comes in. He's 25 years old. Standing at 5'9", you may be thinking, hey, why are we getting such a small cornerback? Robert Saleh likes his tall guys like Richard Sherman. Well, this dude played like a top 10 cornerback this past year. We gave him 3 years, $33 million. That is the 18th highest paid cornerback, and that contract's going to get a little bit better too, because you got to think when Stephon Gilmore gets his contract and a few of the other cornerbacks, that may move that contract down. He might be sitting around 20 by the time you're all said and done. Pro Football Focus graded him as a 78.6, and he has gotten better each of the last few years. Not to mention, take a look at the players he had to go against. So, passer rating allowed in the NFL by cornerbacks in 2021 with a minimum of 80% snaps. He ranked third with 66. Catches allowed, he ranked third with 35. And you look at the receivers he had to go against in the NFC West. You got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Hopkins, Kirk, Green, Kupp, Woods, OBJ. What? This guy put up those kind of numbers against like probably the hardest division in all of professional football. So I love this signing. We know him, or our coaching staff knows him from their time in San Francisco. He spent 2 years with Robert Saleh and the coaching staff there before moving on to Seattle. Now, he allowed a 75.8 quarterback rating in 2020 and a 67.8 in 2021. So like I said, continues to get better. And he's incredibly versatile, strong against the run. This guy's not afraid to lay a lick, and I love that. He, when targeted in man coverage, allows a 39% completion percentage. That is awesome. That is so good, especially considering how much the Jets play man and third down. So this is a really good signing for the New York Jets. Now, as far as Jordan Whitehead is concerned, safety from the Bucs, he is 25 years old, 5'11", 200 pounds. We gave him a 2-year, $14.5 million contract. He was the 27th ranked safety out of 94 safeties graded with a Pro Football Focus grade of 70.7. He played in the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay with a torn labrum. So this dude is not sitting out on the sidelines. This is something I really like. We've been hampered by injuries, and we need guys that are tough enough, like Uzma, like Whitehead, that are going to go out there and play when they're a little banged up, even if they're not 100%. I really like this. He allowed a 62.6 quarterback rating when targeted, allowed 0 touchdowns, and like I said, incredibly versatile. This guy can play free safety, strong safety. That's something we really value. That's the reason they brought in LaMarcus Joyner. It's the reason they like Marcus May, because you can have that flexibility to play both positions. I really, really like this. Now, you might be saying, how does this impact our draft, and what does this mean for the top 10? Because you get a cornerback that projects as a number 1 corner, and you get a safety that's going to be a starting safety. So is Hamilton and Sauce now off the table? I would say, they're probably less likely at this point, but there's still a little bit more free agency to go. I would like to try and target an edge rusher. I know we've been looking at some of the bigger names like Zadarius Smith, Chandler Jones, but I think Arden Key is one that I'd like to probably target that's going to be a little bit cheaper. You're not going to have to break the bank for him, and I think he's got a little familiarity with the 49ers defense as well. And then if you bring him in, then you don't have to stretch for a position, because right now the way it's looking, the Jets are probably going edge at 4, wide receiver at 10 from like the looks of it. Now, Atlanta seems like they're probably going to go receiver at number 8, so you're probably getting the second best receiver. So if there's someone you like, it's going to be interesting to see what winds up happening. I don't know right now if it eliminates anyone off our big board as much as it plugs holes so we can take the best player available. Because remember, these contracts are only going to wind up being like 2-year-ish deals because of the guaranteed money. They're never going to see like the full length of this contract. Now, what do you do? What happens And how do we feel about this? I love this. I wanted Marcus Williams in the worst way. He wound up getting $14 million from the Baltimore Ravens. And I was like, oh man, I really wanted the Jets to get him. Well, for $18 million, the New York Jets got friggin' a starting safety and a corner. I think the cumulative sum of Reed and Whitehead is going to net a better return than just the addition of Marcus Williams. So guys, I want to hear all your thoughts down below in the comments. How much do you like these guys? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.